In the past 5 months, over 600 people have been scammed.
What up, what up, what up? What's happening? Que lo que miente. Welcome to Love, Purpose, and Passports. Hope all is well and all are passport ready or passport getting ready. For those of you that don't know, I am Mr. Pro for You, living in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, with this beautiful wife of mine. Woo!
Hello. Saludos.
Miss Pro for You.
Hi.
So, Miss Pro, how you doing today?
I am doing well. Thank you very much for asking. What about you, my love?
I'm always going. I just be asking to start that conversation, so I have a reason to look over here.
Oh, no. Que lindo.
So, Miss Pro, we got a video for them today, don't we?
Sure do.
This is one of those videos you're going to want to see this one all the way to the end, because this is one that's going to keep your money in your pocket and out of the scammers' pockets.
In the past 5 months, over 600 people have been scammed out of more than 700 million in fake real estate deals all across the DR, mi amor.
That's crazy. So today's video has to do with uncovering fraudulent companies, stolen brand names, and fake virtual AI property tours. You never thought about that, did you? We're not trying to scare anyone from buying in the Dominican Republic. You know, eventually we plan on making a purchase here. But the truth is, it's happening. It could happen to you. Let's talk about it.
Exactly what my husband said. In doing research, we found several investigative reports and ongoing legal battles about several of the largest real estate scams currently happening in the DR. In today's video, we're going to break it down to you.
We're going to share with you how they're getting away with it, where it's happening, and how you can protect your hard-earned money. So, Ms. Pro, how is it that these scammers are getting away with this with so many people?
Bueno, mi amor, there are a few things that the scammers are doing. And one of the biggest ones that they're doing is called brand trust. Brand trust is when, what that refers to is that they'll pose or they'll act like they're one of those well-known franchises, like a reputable franchise. They're basically lying so they can get your trust, right? One of the biggest scandals that they have going on right now in the news involves Novasco Real Estate. What the real estate agents in Novasco Real Estate were doing was that they were posing as RE/MAX agents.
Allegedly.
Oh, yeah. Well, they were posing as RE/MAX agents, allegedly, yeah. And so what, in case you don't know, RE/MAX is a very well-known, reputable American real estate company that's around the world. So what they were doing was, on their Instagram pages, on their websites, on their catalogs, they would have a logo that would say RE/MAX, or it would say RE/MAX 1, right? Well, one of the two would be on it. And then when people would see that label, they would think, oh, okay, you know, I know this company, I trust it. So the buyers thought that they were working with a company that was global and international. So what ended up happening was, when these people went to like cash in on these real estate properties, they found out that these properties, they never existed. They never existed. And obviously a majority of these people were out of the country. They weren't in the island, so They didn't know. So then when they went to figure out what was going on, that's when the scam kind of like broke out, and they were like, well, what's going on? So RE/MAX is currently involved in a lawsuit where these people that were involved in this fraud, and the fraud was happening in Bávaro, it was happening in Punta Cana, and it also happened in Santo Domingo. And so the people that were involved in this fraud in the United States are currently suing RE/MAX, and I think it's called a class action lawsuit. It's like a lawsuit that has like hundreds of people in it. Yeah, with a lot of
together.
With a lot of people in it. And then what RE/MAX is saying, they're saying that they're also victims because they had no idea of what was going on. They had no involvement with anyone in this company, and they're saying, we don't know. We're here to help you and figure out what's going on because we're victims too.
Right.
So that's a huge scandal that's currently going on right now. That's in the courts. So I'm like, what else are scammers doing?
A lot. So let's talk about first phase prices.
Okay.
Another major red flag to watch out for is when developers aggressively push you to buy in the first phase of property development. Real estate projects are usually built in phases, and that's normal. Okay. Let me break it down for you. Phase 1, pre-construction, pre-sales, just plans and promises, nothing built yet. Phase 2, groundbreaking. You might see some action on site, like clearing land or laying a foundation. Phase 3, mid-construction. Buildings are going up, the project starts taking shape. Phase 4, completion. The units are ready or they're close to being ready. Risk is low, prices are high. Here's the scam. First phase prices. Because there's nothing built yet, no buildings, no land cleared, so victims have nothing to physically verify.
There's nothing to see.
Nothing. So, they pressure you with these prices, like you need to hurry up and buy. So, they'll tell you, if you don't buy now, the prices will go up. Units are selling out fast, or they give you a tour of empty land and say, this will be the city of the future.
Yeah.
Don't miss out. That's a false sense of urgency. A FOMO tactic, fear of missing out, designed to keep you from doing your due diligence.
Mi amor, en La Romana, hundreds of victims were sold units in what was advertised as like these luxury residenciales, just like you said, like a nice city of the future. And what they did was, this was part of the scam. What they did was because a lot of these people were not in the country, they showed them these virtual presentations. They said, well, this is what it's going to look like. And then they had like these AI generated images that were gorgeous. And you looked at it and you were like, wow, that's where I'm going to live. And then they would have like these Zoom calls with them. So the real estate agent would be here and then the buyer would be in another country, and they would have a Zoom call. And the Zoom call, they'd show them these presentations and these PowerPoints, and they'd say, this is what it's going to look like. And they showed them everything, and it looked so
all these power meetings, huh? They have these meetings and everything going on.
And then some of the victims of La Romana, when they interviewed them, they were saying that when they would have these meetings, sometimes they would even provide to them these videos of older meetings that they have. Like, for example, the real estate agent would have a meeting where they were selling properties. Like, for example, they'd have like a hotel. They'd go to a hotel and they'd have like a conference where everyone would go in and they would talk about the property that they were selling. So what they would do is they recorded that conference that they did that day, and they kind of like chopped it and edited it and made it look like it was recent, but it was really something that happened years ago. So they made it look like the conference was happening now for that project, when in all actuality it was an old edited video of something that someone else did in an actual project that really happened. So the poor buyers thought, wow, I'm getting like this deal of a lifetime, and then because it was like in a pre-sales, there was nothing for anyone to see. When they finally ended up going to the area, they saw this big piece of land with nothing in it. And get this, over 400 units were sold. 400 units were sold of nothing.
Do the math on that. That's crazy.
A year later, not a single apartment was up. So that's ongoing right now in the news.
That's, like I said, that's crazy. I mean, imagine 400 units, the building saw that. When they say that it's moving fast, they're pressuring you, that's because it's moving fast. But the thing is, what's moving fast is your money into their pockets.
Absolutely.
And that's crazy. So another thing that's happened is some of the cases, the victims were shown, obviously, falsified documents. The scammers use fake land titles and non-existing building permits. That's how they're able to trick so many people.
Yeah. And let's talk a little bit about the poor victims. So far, like I said, over 6 in the past 4 months, the cases that are currently happening right now, there's a total of 600 victims that have been scammed in total of all of the scams that are going on. This is not just one scam. Mm-hmm. Some of these victims came from the United States. They targeted some people in Puerto Rico, a few in Europe, and right here in the DR. And it was really sad because these people were thinking, okay, well, I'm going to be able to buy a retirement home. Mm-hmm. So there were a lot of elderly people. There were some people that were thinking, okay, well, I'm going to start getting myself together. I'm going to relocate and move my family over there. And then a lot of people thought that they were going to be buying property in like this booming tourist location. Like they said, okay, well, I'm going to buy this property to invest because this is going to be obviously the city of the future, like an Airbnb, or maybe then resell it or something. So that's kind of what they were thinking of doing. It's a lot of people, and it was really sad. That's pretty sad. Yeah, all their most people saving money.
Up. Yeah, that's what you've been saving up for, to make that investment to take you on into the future. And
They really targeted a lot of people that have been in the United States that were Dominican and have been in the United States for many years and have been saving their money to come back home and like retire and live comfortably. Could you imagine after being in a foreign country all those years, saving up your money with the dream of coming back home to buy your dream home, and then you're spending your money, you're sending your money over to this place to just get all that money, stolen?
It's terrible. So now we're going to give you some red flags, basically how to spot a scam before you get trapped into it, So the first one, fake franchises, like the Remax case, or newly created companies.
Another one is when the projects are still in plans or in plano, right? And there are no permits and you haven't seen any progress happening. Red flag.
Big upfront payments without escrow.
Be careful with a lot of heavy AI generated visuals and vague documentations.
That's funny. We've seen those before, looking at places, I say, man, they just had that AI look, which it doesn't always mean they're doing a scam. It just means the scammers do that too.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So another one, urgent deadlines, like what we were talking about, the first phase pre-sales.
A huge red flag is no construction history or verifiable records, right? Dealing with an entity that you don't know anything about.
Exactly. And another one, social media heavy marketing.
When they're just talking about how wonderful and great it is, but they don't give you any type of sustenance about the actual deal and the project, the legalities of it all.
Yep.
Specification.
They just flooding you with these commercials you see on social media, on IG, on Facebook or something. Be careful.
Right.
And like we say, sometimes the ones that aren't scams do that too. But we're just telling you what the ones that scams do as well, with a mix of all these things. Be careful. So now, we've been telling you about the downside. Now we're going to tell you about the good part. How do you protect yourself? So one of the first things you should do is verify land ownership through local land registry.
Right. Another thing that you should do is check the permits with the Ministerio de la Vivienda. Check with that organization.
Another one, and I think we mentioned this already, use escrow, not cash or direct wire transfers.
Here's one that a lot of people don't think they need, but it's a great tip. Hire a real estate lawyer, someone that's registered in the country.
Yes.
Yeah.
Another one, visit the site or send a trusted rep. Don't just sit back in your country, used to how things are done in your country where, once the wheels, are spinning, you don't really have to show up. It's going to be taken care of. Get up, get you a flight, get here and check on your business to make sure it's done. Check the properties, check everything in person.
Absolutely. And make sure that you get all agreements in writing, right? One of the things that the people that were defrauded in La Romana said that they were flooded with so many calls and so many resources, the AI generated videos, the videos of the conferences that they had, that they really believed that it was an actual factual thing. But then when they look back, they said, man, we never really had an actual legal document. We just communicated back and forth. Wow. So make sure that you have all agreements in writing, everything.
Yep. Another one, research the developer's history. You want to be able to see, what the company's done, make sure they're registered. You just want to find out the history of the company you're dealing with, because they make everything sound good. Even though they make everything sound good, due diligence. Do your due diligence. See what's going on with the company.
And if you're not sure where to look, check out social media. If they have some fraudulent bad things going on, someone is going to post about it. Mm-hmm. So Google and check it out. Absolutely right. Mm-hmm. Another thing is watch out for pressure tactics, right? If you feel like they're hurrying you, or if you feel like, oh my God, I'm gonna lose this deal if I don't give now or do this now, and something in your heart feels like you're doing it and you're not ready to do it, be wary of that. Okay, be wary. Yeah, it's a little better to pay a little bit more money and be sure than get a discount and lose everything. Yep.
And here's another thing that I want to mention that we talked about, that first phase pricing. First phase pricing is real.
Yeah.
You get in early, you get a better price. That's not fake, but they use that to lure you in to kind of try to rush you, when they're scamming. The thing is, it's a rush when they're not scamming, because you do want to get in on the first phase if you can, and you have your eyes set on that to, it may save you $10,000. It may save you more than that.
Right.
So don't think that first phase rush is not real. It's just that they use that to lure you into something that's not real sometimes. So be aware of that. Another thing is, avoid offers that sound too good to be true. We've all heard that growing up, but somehow we have our eyes set on something and they start appealing to your senses and telling you all the right things. You forget that. Don't forget that, especially with how much money you end up spending on these properties and the kind of money you're using to spend on it. Usually you're using your life savings.
Yeah.
You're using something you worked hard for usually, So be careful of those offers that are too good to be true, because they are.
I'm laughing because when he said be careful of the offers that are too good to be true, I remember I just saw an Instagram video of this gorgeous home. Oh, I was so in love with it. The price was incredible and it was so pretty, and I just kept looking at it and looking at it and looking at it. And then I looked at it again and I had to make the picture a little bigger, and I saw the window, and the window had a picture of outside. And then when I looked outside, I was like, are those dirt roads and cows? What's going on over here? Yeah. And I looked at it and I was like, it's too good to be true, because it's located in a place where there's no civilization. So be careful.
We did tell you guys about that in one of our last videos. When you're looking at these places, don't just look at the inside.
Look
Whenever
at
they show a window, look outside the window. That's a tip. Look outside the window. Because then you'll kind of get an idea, like, is that the window of the house next door? Like right there? Like this close. Oh, look and see what you see. Sometimes you might see, like she said, cows and, fields and things like that. Look, take a look. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hope you've been soaking up this game right here. So when you get ready to make this purchase, you already know what to do and how to do it and what to look for. But we have one last thing. And this thing it's just very important to the process. Real estate agents in the Dominican Republic are not currently licensed or regulated by the government through a mandatory public registry. You know what that means? Technically, anyone can claim to be a real estate agent.
But there is a voluntary professional association of real estate agents. It's called the AEI or the AEI, which means the Asociación de Empresas Inmobiliarias. That's, I guess, the association for real estate agents.
Yeah, right? It is.
Yeah. And that acts as like a self-regulatory body, right? It basically requires their members to adhere to like a strict ethical code of like standards and professional practices, right? So if you're working with an AEI affiliated realtor, it gives you like that extra layer of security and professionalism in an otherwise unregulated market.
Exactly. So, you know what all of this is to say? Do your due diligence.
Yeah.
Don't just sit back, because it's very easy, especially when you're in another country, to sit back and be used to how things are done in your country. You know, when the wheels start spinning, it's easy to wait for your letters and, you know, let them tell you what's going on. And then, you know, you see, no, you got to be on top of this. You know, there's some wonderful properties here, some wonderful deals, and it's here for you, you know, and we want you to get the best deal you can get, the best location you can get, the best land you can get, best experience you can get. But you got to do your due diligence. You know, don't take anything for granted. Don't sit back and let them handle it. You know, when they handle it, be looking over their shoulder. Do not sit back in your country and let them take care of it and call. You get up and you get out here, because here's the thing. You want them to know that you're going to be popping up, even if you don't pop right up. But if they, you know, they know that most people, they'll tell you a few things, get you hyped up. Look at the Zoom calls she was talking about. Mm-hmm. They'll go show you the land on video chat. You're like, okay, I saw it, it's good. No, it's not good. You got to get up, get out here, and check out the business being done. You also got to get up, get out here, and let them see that you're on top of the business that's being done. You know, do your due diligence.
And even if you live here, right? A lot of the people that were defrauded in these scam cases lived here.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. And also did the same thing and let the real estate company handle everything. Mm-hmm. They also weren't actively involved in the process.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. So, beautiful lady of mine, you think we gave him enough info for one video?
I think we gave him a lot of info and a lot of good tidbits. We left you on a positive note.
We did. Yeah. We know you're going to get out here and buy this land up. Mm-hmm. So, we got love for the homies that been rolling with us. Shout out to the supporters of the channel.
Shout out to the supporters.
Always coming through.
You are. Thank you so much.
Keeping LPP on the move, on the road.
On the map.
Yes, indeed. Our first supporter, the OG of the supporting LPP fam.
Who's that?
Brother B.
El Señor.
Hey. Brother B. We love you.
Thank you.
Thank you for supporting us. LPP fam.
Love. Thank you, sir.
We got a new supporter on deck.
We do.
This dude right here sounds like a big dude.
Doesn't he? Little
Hercules from Philly.
El Señor Hercules.
Hey. Hercules. Thank you for supporting LPP. We appreciate you. We love you. LPP fam for the roll with us. Back to the video. We didn't tell you what we need to tell you. Well, we always wait to the end, but they say you shouldn't wait to the end, but we want to give you the good stuff first, and then we want to tell you to like and subscribe. Love, purpose, and passports. Peace.